Hi, I'm Jeff Harold from the Lake County Art League, and I'm here with our guest artist Karen Margulis. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, Margulis. hmm
Margulis. Okay, thank you.
Right.
And she's going to be doing a demonstration for us with pastels for our April meeting. And so, Karen, I'm going to turn it over to you, and if you can tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe a little bit about what you're going to be demonstrating, that would be great. So, go for it.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to share with everybody. I'm really looking forward to having an opportunity to share the wonderful world of pastel with you coming up in April. A little bit about my background. The short story, I guess you could say, is I've been painting since 2006. Kind of dabbled in high school, but my degree is in elementary education. Got married, had kids right away. Started a family daycare business, which kept me busy for 20 years. But towards the end of that period, I really started missing art, and so I took a watercolor course. By that time, my kids were in high school, old enough that I could have some free time. But watercolor, I don't know, wasn't a match for me at the time, although I do use it now some occasionally with pastel. But then I was fortunate to discover pastel at a weekend workshop, which I fell in love with. And I knew immediately that this was going to be the medium for me because it it had such immediacy about it, and I didn't need to clean up. And that was important because at the time I was still working full time and I needed something that I could just do when I had a little, free time. So I discovered a local instructor, started taking classes, and I think those early days back in 2006, I wanted to soak up every bit of information about pastels as I could. So I took workshops when they came to our local pastel society, but I was very frustrated because I had these visions in my head about what my paintings should look like, but that's not what I was producing at all. And so it was a frustrating experience, but I was given some great advice, which was very fortunate. I had an artist friend who said to me, you're just not practicing enough. You're going to class, but you're leaving your box of pastels in the car till the next class. And you
Oh,
never
yeah.
if you'll get better, but it's going to take you a lot longer this way. So she
Oh,
challenged me to paint a small painting every day for about I can't even remember, but let's just say it was a month. And so I thought, well, you know what, I can do that. I can do that on my lunch break. And I started at the time my blog, which you can find at karenmargulis.com. I started blogging as a way of keeping myself accountable for this project that I took on, a painting a day. And really, back at that time in 2006, that movement, the daily painting movement, was beginning. And I got then involved in the Daily Paintworks website. And the best thing about the whole experience is after about a month, I could see progress. I mean, I was I could actually see that I was starting to get it. And that made all the difference in the world. And I would say that from that moment on, I've painted every day and blogged pretty much religiously every day till the last year or so. Now I actually share most of my
yeah.
content on the Patreon, which
That's
is
interesting
the
because,
way.
that is, I'm finding that common among artists. And I was just having basically the same conversation with Jan when I was doing her video,
Okay.
because she does these excellent portraits and she can sketch in the portrait, very fast. And she said that what she does is that she'll sit down and she'll be watching TV or a video of some sort, and she sees a face that she wants to paint, wants to, sketch. She'll stop
hmm
it, freeze it, and then she'll spend 15 minutes. She'll take 15 minutes. That's all she'll spend,
Right.
and she'll do it. And she just does that, constantly, just as something to keep up that
Right.
ability to see and translate it to paper. So it sounds like a lot of what your instructor was telling you too.
Well, I think what helped me is not just the practice, but at the same time, I was taking classes and learning concepts that I didn't know. I didn't know about what was
Yeah.
value and composition and color theory and all those things. But the practice is what really made it become more intuitive. you need both. And I think that's really what helped me get to the next level, faster by devoting time to practice. So,
Yeah.
um, really, that's my story. I've been painting every day, just about every day ever since then. Started go full-time artist maybe about 6 years ago or so.
Yeah.
And now I I get to go, well, travel and teach workshops, and now we've been doing online the last year, but it's been a lot of fun.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Uh, I teach photography at the community college here too, and that's one of the things that I enjoy is teaching. I got a Photoshop class going right now, and just seeing the work that the students produce,
right,
it's wow, blows my mind because it's
right,
better
it's
than I
fun.
was doing, and
It's
that's what
fun.
I want as a teacher. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So,
So
uh, but you can see also you can see a lot of your work on Instagram. Is that
yes,
true?
so right early on, I got involved with social media. So I have Instagram, I do YouTube videos, so I have a YouTube channel, of course, Facebook. Um, yeah, so I try to put myself out there in as many places as I can so that I can share
Okay.
what I've learned, really.
Okay. And like I say, I haven't had time to watch the full video yet, but just looking at the previews of the other videos you got out there on YouTube, anyone watching this, I highly recommend you go out and take a look at them. She does an excellent job on it, and evidently her husband is her technician, so we got to give him some of the credit for the quality of the video. Anyways, is that correct?
Yes, he's just it's just him and I. We are a good team, so it's
Yeah.
we've had a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
What does he do? Is he in art also, or
No,
anything like that, or?
he was in sales, and now just we have more free time. So he's been he was actually the one that prodded me to do more video. I was happy
Good.
just doing my blog and just taking pictures of my work, but he's like, no, you got to. He watches a lot of YouTube videos, so he was like, oh, we got to do this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it's been
I,
fun.
I'm anxious to see the rest of your video, and I'll probably do that this afternoon. But the one thing, and what I've seen so far of it, I think it's well done. One of the problems I have with videos is on when I'm looking for something for Photoshop and techniques and stuff. You get some out there that are just really they're they're poor. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
they
they're
just
hard
are
hard
not
to
any
watch.
good.
I
Yeah,
understand. Right,
and you'll get some that have no one talking. All you see is the cursor moving around and some layers having something
right,
like this. Once in a while, you'll see a pop-up text, a little caption or something like that. And it's like I don't want to, I can't follow that, and why do it?
right,
So I
right.
like the videos where someone is explaining what they're doing. So and that's why I
Yeah,
try to do with my videos.
sure.
So okay, let's take a quick look at. You sent me two pictures. All right,
Okay.
and you can know if you notice I got one right behind me here, right behind both of us.
Yes.
Okay, and let's take a look at this one. And I really like this. And hang on just a second. Okay, I just wanted to make sure you're still coming through here. But
Yeah.
I love and I have this I don't know what you call it, this way of automatically, when I see people doing large flowers like this, for some reason my mind just goes straight to Georgia O'Keeffe.
Right.
Because she did such those huge flowers that were so beautiful and everything. And these are great too. But you want to talk a little bit about this one?
Sure. I think well, one of the subject matter that I love to paint. Well, I'm a landscape painter primarily, but I really am drawn to wildflowers of any kind, and I find that I look for different points of view. So when I take my own reference photos, so I'll just put the camera down in the grass and shoot up because really love that point of view. And
Oh,
so you'll notice that a lot of my wildflower paintings are like that. Like I think of your bug crawling through the flowers, and how would you see things? Or you're laying down in the grass, how would you see things? So
I'm
that's
gonna I'm
kind
gonna
of,
steal that idea from you.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Because
go
I've
ahead.
done that. I've done that with like sunflowers and stuff, some flowers where I've shot from underneath them.
Sure.
But
Right.
the whole idea of putting the camera down in the grass and just shooting it like that, I that never really connected with me. So I think that's a great
Yeah.
idea, and I'm stealing it from you. I'll give you
No,
credit
that's
for
fine.
it.
That's fine. Because I just want a variety, and I don't mind if there's grasses in the way because as we paint some photos, we're going to edit, and some things we're going to leave, some things we're going to take out, and mostly I interpret from my photos. I don't copy them, so I just want the feeling that I got when I was taking the pictures, when I was standing there,
Yeah.
you know. So,
So this is definitely one's viewed from beneath the flowers, looking up,
right,
and that's
that's what.
that's nice. You don't see that very often. I don't, anyways.
Yeah, so that's kind of I guess my thing, that I really enjoy that point of view. So I tend to use it a lot. Um, but I
Okay.
use a variety of techniques with when I'm painting the flowers, and that's something that I want to share when I do my demo is the versatility of pastel, the how we start a painting and what we can use other media and pastel's so versatile. So this particular one, if I recall correctly, I made the surface myself with some clear gesso, and it gave texture to the paper. So the marks are a little bit rougher, because of the
Yeah.
texture of the paper. So I like to experiment a lot with techniques and
Now,
materials.
you had one thing on your blog page that really I found interesting, and maybe you can work it into your demo, and that was how you paint luminous reds.
Oh yes, yeah.
Uh,
Um, well, yeah, that's one little trick that I learned that I had been making a mistake trying to get red or really any color look like it was in bright sunshine.
Yeah.
And so the tip that I got, and it really has made a huge difference, is just you need to use a warmer, more intense color, not a lighter value.
Ah,
And it can really make your flowers glow. So reds or your greens. Um,
that I know our artists will be interested in hearing about.
Yeah, well, I'll make sure that I incorporate that into
Okay.
the demo. Sure.
Okay. Here's the other one that you sent me, and I find this one also interesting.
Yeah. So this
And
is
again,
another.
you want to
Oh,
talk a little bit about this
oh,
one?
yeah. I was just gonna say it's another instance of that looking up, through the flowers, um, and trying to pull the viewer into the painting and through the painting by using what I like to call spice marks. So the brighter, more intense colors, the artificial greens, kind of uh, as a contrast with the duller kind of gray down
So,
greens.
are you talking about those lighter colored greens, the like blades of grass going down the
Yeah,
center there that I'm
yeah,
looking at?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think before when I used to paint scenes like this, I would tend to use all these bright colors, right, and not use enough of the duller colors, and then everything was just screaming for attention. So
Yeah.
tried to dial it back a little bit, have more restraint, and then the beautiful colors will really stand out more and mean more. So
Okay. Yeah, that's it's creating the contrast really is what you're talking about, I think, because
right,
you can put a lot of light colors out there. If you don't have dark to balance it, they don't stand out as light colors.
right,
So that's
yep.
something
So
we look for in photography too. That's
exactly. And so with pastel, though, it's a medium similar to oil where we work from dark to light. So if you're going to paint light colors like these light flowers, you really need to start with the darks first. So you can see in this particular painting, the darks that are underneath the grasses, those
yeah,
went down first in the
yeah,
underpainting. Um, and if you don't do that, then your painting is, yeah, it's not going to it be as strong. It's not going to hold together.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So Anyways, you want to talk a little bit about what workshops or classes you are hopefully planning? I think you didn't have anything currently planned for 2021, but
No,
what do you
no,
have
I
in line
have
here?
some things. Right. Thanks for asking. I do have some workshops in the works. I haven't released my schedule yet, as I want to, firm some of those dates up. Hopefully soon I will have it together. As we all have been we've had to be more creative, I guess, with our teaching. This past year, I've been doing online, so through these video or demos. I have an online workshop that I've done for some pastel societies. And of course, I teach online through Patreon, which is a website that allows creators to share content for, my Patreon page is just $4 a month pledge. And so that's where I put a lot of my effort this year so that I can reach people, since we aren't traveling. So,
Yeah,
um,
well, it makes sense. Plus, digitally we can reach more people. Like, for example, if we hadn't been doing these digital demonstrations, we wouldn't be talking to you right now. I mean, you're in
right,
Marietta,
exactly.
Georgia. We're in Lake County, Illinois. I mean,
Right.
and that's why I find great about this, and why I
Oh,
enjoy
sure.
talking to artists from other areas of the country, and seeing what they're doing and seeing their demonstrations. It's
Right.
I find it fascinating personally, even though I don't.
Yeah,
I actually do some art, but mainly photography though. But
yeah. It's a great way. I have people from around the world that are, watching. So, it's fun to do this. So,
okay, all right. Well, thanks for talking to me. We're gonna see you, and I'm looking forward to this in our April meeting. It's the third Monday in April,
okay.
so we will be happy to see you then.
Thank you so much, Jeff. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, and I am looking forward to sharing pastel with everybody in April. Thanks again.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.